So let's see. I think we are live. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of this is Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health. We're interviewing local people who are helping our local community. And today we're super excited to have David Hanford from Imagine Away. And so David, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jimmy, thanks for having me on. I'm so glad you were able to give us some time and give us an opportunity to tell the community a little bit more about what Imagine Away does.
Nice. So yeah, we were just discussing before a few minutes. I've been in Leander, Cedar Park since 2001. I've never heard of your organization. So, what is Imagine Away?
Sure. Well, like all good charities, we're trying to keep it a secret. just kidding. Obviously, that's horrible. You haven't heard more about us, and that's exactly why we're here doing this sort of show. We want more people to find out about Imagine Away and really understand what it is that we do. Surprisingly, since you haven't heard about us, we've been around for about a decade now. And so we're focused on the autism community. Now, there's certain groups out there that focus on autism awareness and teaching about what it is so that the community knows that it's going on. Where we're a little bit different is we're more focused on helping people get funds for the treatments and therapies. So let's say a family makes a certain amount per year and it's too much that the government won't pay for their therapies, but it's nowhere near enough to make the $5,000 to up to $50,000 a year it can cost for therapies. And so they're caught in this situation where they're having to decide, do they go down to their one car? Do they sell their home? Lots of people moving back in with other family members. People have to give up a job. Often when you have a child with autism, it's taking up a lot of your time, and therefore you can't work. So now you can't make up that difference. But again, you're not so far off that the government is willing to help you. So where do you go? What do you do? That's really where we step in. And so they can reach out to us and we'll pay those bills, those differences that make up that difference for them for their treatments. And so we've had a lot of success. We don't select the therapists or even the therapies. That's not our part at all. The families come to us with their need. If they meet our financial requirements of need and we can see what treatments are being recommended, we'll go ahead and fund them directly. We try and commit to the child's entire span of time with us until they actually age out. And so we have to obviously look at each child and their total cost of therapy over the years. And so when we run into situations like this year where donations we're a little concerned about because of the unusual situations, we have to make sure we're still fully prepared to fund those children, which right now we currently have 28 that we're funding, and we actually have 14 on our waiting list. And so we're trying to do everything we can to raise the funding to get those kids cared for as soon as possible as well.
Okay. And so that sounds great. I mean, that's really awesome. Like I said, I never knew this was available. And so there's, autism is on the rise. I personally don't treat autism in my clinic, but I know it's on the rise, and we have patients, we treat the parents of autistic kids because it is very stressful. I can think of one patient right now. She was in here today, and it's very stressful having an autistic child. And then now they're going virtual, which makes it even worse. It makes it even more difficult for the parent. And the parent, like you said, the parent has to work also. So how do they juggle all that? So that's good to hear that there's this program that y'all have this, available resource. They can seek out this resource to help them out.
Oh, yes. And during this time, one thing that we're doing is we know some families' therapies have been moved around. Some need additional assistance.
Yeah.
We actually have worked with some of our therapists in the area and are actually offering some web seminars as well online to help some of these families during this time. Some live, some that we've kept pre-recorded. So I would encourage any family, either families that are currently have autism in the home or even have friends who do, to please visit the imagineaway.org website and take a look at some of our resources and maybe take use of those during this time while they are quarantined at home.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, so I'm going to send my patients and let them know that they, there's help out there, that they don't have
terrific.
They don't have to figure it out themselves.
Absolutely. That's also one of the great things that's come out of the Imagine Away charity is our families that we've supported over this past decade have really developed a great community. And so they've worked to be a good resource, not only to each other, but we actually frequent different message boards and forums and stuff as well, our family members, to try and share stories and help give resource to all those families that are struggling. Obviously, our main goal is helping families with autism. So where you get it, it doesn't have to be from us. We'll fill that gap when it's necessary, but anywhere that the resources are available, we want those families to get that help.
Okay, sweet, very good. So David, how did you get involved? Because you said you started in corporate world. So how did you get involved?
Sure. So I've done many different things over the past several years, but about 10 years ago, right around the start of Imagine Away, they had just got going and were doing sort of their first dinner party event to raise some money. Yeah. And a good friend of mine had been in the sort of early group of people who were starting up and trying to get it going. Carolyn and Joel Price, who are actually the founders of the charity, were friends of his and had talked to him about getting this charity started. And so they invited me to the dinner. I went. I actually personally didn't have a direct connection to autism. I don't have any in my family. However, in hearing the stories and looking at what they were trying to do, I was very much moved. And I couldn't help but imagine what it must be like for a father trying to talk to his child. And I was thinking of my own child and not being able to have them communicate that, not being able to have them tell me they were mad or heaven forbid that they couldn't tell me that they loved me. And so that just really, that was tearing me up. And I knew I had to do something to help fix that. And so I asked my buddy, hey, what else can I do? Yes, I was at the dinner. That was great, but I got to do something else. That's not enough. And so he thankfully introduced me to Joel, who, Joel said, hey, can you go make people find out about us? Which I said, no, obviously not. Didn't you hear Jimmy at the beginning of the show? No, actually, I said, let me do whatever I can to help you out. And so he was gracious enough to ask me to join the board. And so I did that about 10 years ago. And actually just this previous year, I became president of the board. And so it's been a fantastic ride. I love the charity and all the people. And I'm certainly excited for what I hope will be growth. This year's a little tricky, but going forward after this, I'm really hoping we can continue to expand so that we always keep our wait list at 0 and can maybe even look at expanding communities beyond the Austin and Austin greater area.
Yeah, awesome. That's really awesome. So well, I like to always think when there's difficulties or hurdles, that means there's opportunities. And so you mentioned you're currently helping 28 families and you have 14 on the waiting list, right? That's
correct. And we had kept it at almost 0. And I don't know if it has to do with the current environment or what, but we did seem to get a flood of children that were looking and having these needs. I'm assuming it may have to do with the rising unemployment numbers and that sort of thing causing additional people to find themselves in that weird gap spot of I make too much but not enough. And so I'm guessing that's why our list is starting to expand.
Okay. So, what are you mentioned a couple of, before pre-COVID, y'all did 2 different ways to raise funds. So what were those?
Absolutely. So our biggest fundraisers each year previously have been, we do an annual clay shoot that's kind of our outdoorsy event. We have several teams. It's a great clay pigeons, fun event. Certainly encourage people to look into that. It's usually a springtime event. And then we do sort of our black tie more for the indoor wine crowd, which is our annual gala. And that actually is still going to happen this year on September 17th. But since we can't seem to get everyone together in a room, as we'd like to do, we're doing what we're calling, we're going virtual, not viral this year. And so we're going to go ahead and host our gala live online. We're still going to have our live auction as we usually do. Some amazing items, week-long stays at places like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, gorgeous homes that sleep multiple people, wine tours, theater tickets, you name it, you're going to find something that entertains you on that list. But since we can't be in person, again, all online. Even the live auction will appear online. We're going to have a couple of small gatherings underneath the limits set by the ordinances that will also live stream in the event. So maybe we can give it a little bit of a New Year's Eve feel or something. Hey, going to so-and-so out in Cedar Park, and make it a little more live and fun. We do also have a special guest, a Texas country music star. I'm not going to drop that name here, maybe for your next show. But definitely we plan to have a name there. One exciting thing for this year's event over our previous, while in the past you'd have to buy tickets, black tie event at a hotel, in this year, since we're going virtual, we've decided to open it up to the general public. So I would certainly include anyone in your office to visit the imagineaway.org website. All you have to do is register, tickets free, and you'll be able to log on the night of our event, September 17th, watch the whole thing live, bid on anything you want to. I'll probably be one of those little house places, so if you want to listen to me ramble on more, feel free. They'll probably cut me off at some point, play that "you got to wrap it up" music. But no, we're looking forward to the event. Like I said, it's a strange year for us since most of our events are in person. We want to make sure we get that waiting list, those other 14 kids, handled as soon as possible. So anything that anyone who hears this message can give to Imagine Away and on our website would be greatly appreciated. It's really a time of need and something that these families really have come to depend on.
Yeah. So, so the way that people can get involved is, number one, register, go on, imagineaway.org, register September the 15th, 17th.
September 17th, yep.
September 17th. What time?
So that's a good question. I believe the event starts at 6 p.m. If you go to our website, theimagineaway.org, it'll know that time for sure. And since it could be coast to coast, I'm not sure if you're asking East Coast or West Coast time, Jimmy. So I don't want to mislead your audience. So let's just go ahead and have them look online to make sure they get the right thing for their time zone.
Yes. Okay. So they can, in order to get involved, they can watch live and bid on the auctions live. Any other ways that people can help support Imagine Away?
Absolutely. Obviously, any donation helps. So outside of the auction items, if there's just some sort of set amount, that can be done at any time through our website. Going up to the gala, we actually have certain teams fundraising and sort of competing. So if you're listening to this show, certainly pick Dave Hanford as the team you're donating for, so that's registered correctly. No, but outside of funds, which I know, obviously, even in this time, it's hard to donate for some people. And so we fully understand that. So just like you were saying, you hadn't necessarily heard of Imagine Away. If you can't donate, then please spread our message. If you see our links on Facebook, share them, pass them around. Make sure other people know about them, because the more people who hear, if everyone, could maybe give a little, obviously that adds up. And so if you can't give money, please give our information to others. That's probably the best thing that could help us move our message forward.
Okay, nice. And are you looking for since you're doing a live auction, are you looking for any businesses to maybe donate a prize?
Absolutely. We have both live and silent auction. And so we actually do have different community businesses that put things into our silent auction. Say someone wanted to offer an amazing acupuncture treatment to settle their nerves or that sort of thing. That would be a terrific thing that we could easily put into our silent auction. And in fact, as long as we got that sort of information before September 1st, so we only have a couple of weeks in here, but I think that would give us enough time to still go ahead and get it into the system and get it going for September 17th. And that probably the best way is going to our imagineaway.org website, and we've got a little contact us link. If someone's interested, just hit that, shoot us a little email, say, hey, I'm interested in donating this. Or obviously, if it's you, Jimmy, you've got my email. Feel free to send me your week-long acupuncture treatment you're looking to give away as soon as you want.
I was going to say, let me think if I know an acupuncturist. Okay, so are you limiting, let's say for the businesses that, who want to get involved, are you limiting to, does it have to be in Cedar Park, Leander, or Austin?
No, not at all. Now again, most of our donors in the past have been local, because most of what we've done have been live events where people have gathered together. Yeah. This year it is nationwide. It's opened up to anybody anywhere. So no, I'd say we'd be open up to other opportunities. Now, is someone gonna drive to Arkansas for dinner for two? Maybe not. That probably wouldn't be the best guess, but you never know. Maybe they got friends in Arkansas. I'm not gonna rule out anything.
Okay. So, and that actually leads me to the question, who do you service? I mean, are you servicing families just in Leander? Because y'all are based out of Leander. So are you servicing Leander, Williamson County, Travis County?
Yeah.
Who are you servicing?
We actually consider ourselves Austin and surrounding areas. So, pretty much if you were to fly out of town to, let's say New York City, and someone said, where are you from? And you'd probably say Austin, because no one's going to go, Cedar Park, what? Round Rock, who? And so basically any of those areas where you'd call yourself Austin, that's pretty much our circle. Now we have it more defined on the map so that the applications and all that, we make sure that we're keeping our requirements. But if there's any questions, submit. And worst we can say is, let's help you find you another route. but at this point, I don't think we've turned someone away from geography that I'm aware of.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. So nice. Anything else that you want to share about Imagine Away that maybe we haven't talked about?
No, I would like to mention one group that's recently started trying to get awareness for us. We have an ambassadors board, which is sort of our youthful up and comer group that's out there spreading the word. And so I would just say, if if you're an organization that normally is looking for a charity to work with, maybe you do little drives of some kind, and you're looking for what charity you want to support, I would definitely encourage them to reach out to us and get involved with our ambassador board, because they're really into doing that trivia game nights. They were doing, trying to do bar nights and stuff. Obviously, that's on hold. But other little fundraisers like that aren't necessarily the size of our gala, perhaps. But if other community people would like, maybe there's a Rotary Club that's like, oh, we'd like to raise funds for somebody, we're just not sure for who. And so that's I'd love to get them in touch with our ambassadors board to help guide them.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. Very good. So let me just summarize the way people can get involved. Number one, attend the live gala, September the 17th, bid on the live auctions. You can obviously donate whenever, and you can join this if you want to sponsor, have a fundraiser. You can contact your ambassador. Also for the live auction, businesses can donate their services, for the live auction. And I think that's it. I think those are the most common ways to help Imagine Away, right?
I think that's it. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Dave, I appreciate your time. Thank you for educating me about your organization. And it's good to know, because like I said, we treat actually at Achieve Integrative Health, we treat a lot of patients we don't treat the autistic kids, we treat the parents who have to take care of the autistic kids, which is very stressful for them, especially if they also are the breadwinner and the main breadwinner in their household. And if they don't have family, like parents, siblings to help out, it can get very stressed. And then one of the number one things they come in for is stress. So definitely I can see that, at least for my team, Achieve Integrative Health, we'll look to donate to help the parents of the autistic kids. Okay.
Nice. Glad to hear that. Thank you, Jimmy.
You're very welcome. I will email you and just let you know, so we can put that also into the live auction just to help them out. But yeah, I appreciate your time. And any last words that you'd like to share?
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I do really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come on and let the community hear more about Imagine Away. And I hope you have us on again before one of our next events, so we can ask you for more stuff.
No, that'd be awesome. Definitely, we need to spread the word a lot more, because autism is definitely, like I said, it's stressful for the whole family, not just for the kids themselves, but the whole family. It's they need help. So we appreciate the help. All right, Dave.
Well, thank you very much, Jimmy.
Yeah. And we'll keep in touch and look out for my email. And when COVID calms down and you have a live event, we'll get together again. And
excellent. Sounds great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Jimmy.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.